Wendy Williams always said she wanted to come back to daytime television, but she has an even bigger challenge than anyone would have imagined. We're learning that the former talk show host has been diagnosed with a form of dementia.
Have you seen the new Lifetime documentary on Wendy Williams? If not, don't worry, we've got you covered. This iconic talk show host has been in the gossip game for ages, spilling tea on strong, influential people. But lately, things have taken a dark turn. What's the real story behind Wendy's sudden troubles? Let's find out. Wendy Williams, the ultimate gossip guru. She's the kind of friend who always knows the juiciest stories straight from Hollywood. Regardless of a celebrity's scandals to hot topics, she fearlessly calls out the shady stuff in the industry. But lately there's been some drama brewing up and it's got everyone talking. As you know, all of her stories are about twists and turns and pretty sure you won't see it coming. Did you know that Wendy was paid $400,000 for a participation in the documentary? So, according to a documentary, things have taken a negative turn. Because if you remember just a few years ago, she seemed perfectly fine when she publicly called out Wells Fargo. But now she's diagnosed with dementia. And the thing is that she's given a guardian who controls all of her money. It's definitely quite a drastic change. Here's what happened. Just a few days after that Lifetime documentary dropped on February the 24th, news broke that Wendy was diagnosed with aphasia and dementia. But here's the thing, Wendy's fans noticed the sketchy timing of it all. Wells Fargo froze her assets 2 years before she officially got diagnosed. It's quite suspicious, don't you think? The audacity to claim her incapacitated and is required a financial guardian. Wells Fargo actually went to the New York Supreme Court and asked the judge to appoint a temporary guardian to monitor Wendy's finances. But Wendy and a legal team got her back and forth and pointed fingers at Wendy's former financial advisor, Laurie Schiller. She was the one who fed Wells Fargo a bunch of lies about Wendy's ability to handle her own money. It seems like Laurie started this whole campaign against Wendy. But here's the twist. Apparently the judge who was overseeing Wendy's guardianship was being investigated for accepting bribes. The Manhattan judge, Lisa Soloff, was accused of taking bribes from guardianship lawyers. And get this, she's the same judge who appointed attorney Sabrina Morrissey as Wendy's financial guardian after Wells Fargo froze her accounts in 2022. Although the investigation didn't find any donations from Morrissey, still, they gave her several guardianship appointments that same year. So get this, after Wendy fired Laurie over the misconduct with her account, Wendy's lawyer went ahead and filed for a temporary restraining order against Wells Fargo. They also argued that Wells Fargo was totally in the wrong for blocking Wendy from accessing her own financial report, but unfortunately the judge ruled in favour of Wells Fargo. Then in December 2022, it was reported that attorney Sabrina Morrissey was appointed as Wendy's financial guardian, but Wendy wasn't about to stay quiet. She made a whole lot of noise about Laurie Schiller and Wells Fargo, accusing them of plotting to put her under guardianship. Here's an interesting part. When you listen to Wendy speak, she sounds sharp as a tack. And you can see no signs of speech troubles or anything that wouldn't suggest she's unfit. She's all like, "Where's my money? I want answers. It's not fair, right?" Wendy's going after Laurie Schiller and Wells Fargo, and there's even this guy named Bernie Young involved. Here's another sketchy detail. So after that Lifetime documentary aired in February, Wendy's financial guardian Sabrina Morrissey threw a major legal curveball and actually filed a lawsuit against Lifetime. Although she was trying to stop them from showing the documentary, it didn't end the way that she wanted. But according to some documents, the Hollywood Reporter got their hands on Morrissey's lawsuit and got shut down right away. And not to forget, Morrissey's not a rookie. She's an attorney, so obviously she would have known a lawsuit wouldn't hold up against Lifetime. So why even bother? But wait, there's even more to this story. A lot of people are speculating that Wendy's guardian may have pulled this whole lawsuit stunt as a distraction tactic, but also to make it look like she's got Wendy's back. It's not the first time we've seen this kind of thing happen with celebrities like Britney Spears and Kanye. Speaking of Kanye, remember when he was going through that messy split with Kim Kardashian? There were rumours starting to swirl around that Kim was trying to put him under a conservatorship, just like Britney. And get this, the Kardashians had business connections with Lou Taylor, the same person reportedly behind Britney's conservatorship. Crazy to think that it might be connected. Also, there were even a few documents from Kim and Kanye's divorce that showed Lou Taylor was the manager of Kim's trust fund. And then this rumoured celebrity handler, Harley Pastak, popped up, threatening Kanye that he'd medicate him and throw him into a facility, but later he apologised in a tweet. Hollywood can be a wild place. Here's some intense stuff. So, there's this Hollywood trainer who's actually talking about forcing Kanye and later apologised. And it turned out this guy, Harley, had been in Kanye's inner circle for years. At first, Kanye didn't suspect anything shady about him, But then there was this incident in 2016 at Harley's house party, where Kanye ended up on a psychiatric hold. It's a scary situation when someone invited you over, but then you ended up getting handcuffed and taken to the hospital. That's really intense. And get this, Harley actually threatened Kanye in 2022, saying that he'd institutionalize him again. It's crazy how everyone just brushed it off. Harley was practically admitting he had the power to get rid of a major celebrity, who indirectly was suggested to Kanye. It's sad to see how some people in the industry have been treated. And here are some more details. Kanye refused to take up the medication, and he believes that if he'd taken those medicines, he wouldn't be here today. It's really sad to see how deeply troubled he was. We miss him and love his music though. It's also not to forget they'd have done the same to Britney Spears or even Michael Jackson, or maybe even someone even worse. It's just shocking how they treated Britney during her conservatorship. She was exhausted and in a bad way, but that medication they gave her for 10 years really messed with her brain. In the case of Kanye, it seems like Kanye put his foot down and refused to take the medicine, but Britney didn't have the same freedom. She couldn't make any medical choices without her dad's approval. It's just really messed up. Let's break it down for you. So in 2021, during Britney Spears' conservatorship hearing, she spilled the tea and revealed that they put her on lithium, just because she said no to a dance move during rehearsals. It was like she planted a bomb or something. One simple no, and after that she mentioned that, "I'm not here to be anyone's slave. I can say no to a dance move," but unfortunately 3 days later, her therapist sat her down and accused her of not cooperating in rehearsals and not taking a medication. But it got worse. The very next day, her therapist put her on lithium out of nowhere, and he also took her off the meds that she'd been on for 5 years. If you know lithium, it's a really strong and completely different medication from what she was used to. It's crazy. Taking too much of it can really mess with your mental state. Must have been really tough on her. But it's crazy if you think about all these crazy coincidences with Britney, Kanye, and now Wendy Williams. Hollywood can be a pretty strange place, and people are genuinely worried about Wendy's well-being, and there's growing concern that she might be getting forced to take unnecessary medication too. She's been in the gossip game for so long, spilling all of the tea on celebrities, so it's not too far-fetched to think that someone might want to silence her. It's crazy when you start connecting the dots between all of these stories. Here are some more speculations. Few people even suggest that she knows a lot of people's dirty secrets, like Diddy for example, who's facing multiple lawsuits filed by various artists, claiming sexual harassment and physical assault. Wendy and Diddy have a strained relationship since the 1990s when Williams criticised Diddy on a radio show, Hot 97. Not to forget, she was fired from the show in 1998, and she believes that Diddy played a role in that. And in March 2024, Wendy commented about Diddy's lawsuit, although the rapper continues to deny sex trafficking allegations. It's amazing that she's managed to survive for so long, and few others are calling for an investigation into the people handling her business, and also want a second opinion on a supposed illness and the medication that she's taking. Here's a thought to wrap it up. Do you think they really gave her a handler to silence her like they're allegedly trying to do with Kanye? Drop your comments below, don't forget to like, share and subscribe.